did the music, so you'll have to dance again. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Here we go again. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer, and I've been talking for 2 hours straight. So I don't know if I'm going to run out of gas or I'm going to be all hopped up on Diet Pepsi or what, but I am here to answer your immigration law-related questions for the next hour. I've been shooting videos and talking almost all day long. I'm getting ready to leave for Michigan. I'm a little wired, as you can tell. I'm happy to be here. I'm in my old office. You guys haven't seen me over here in a while. I love the new setup. I love the new camera. I love everything Justin's done, but I felt like doing one in the old room today, and that's mostly because I'm taking the camera and the microphone with me when I go out of town next week. We'll be doing shows at unusual times. This is Immigration Answer Show number 224. Thanks for joining us. Next week, I'll be doing shows at different unusual times, so you probably want to make sure to send a text the word show to 314-470-3300, 470-3300, 314-470-3300. Text the word show to get on our list. That way you'll get a text whenever we're going to go live. Next show is probably going to be on Sunday, but it might not be till Tuesday. So if you want to be in the waiting room first up, like our friend Mike, make sure that you join us and join that list. I see Fatuma's here, Sid's here, Shiro's here, Ramroom's here, and Mike is here. Also here is my good friend Huli down in Argentina. She's manning or womaning the chat. She's keeping things real. We are excited to have her with us. She's such a great member of the team. We love all of our team members. We had fun bringing the marketing team on the show yesterday. We had so much fun doing that we plan to bring on a few more of the teams in the next few weeks. Now, I see a lot of people are letting us know where they're watching from. I see Mrs. Cameron is watching from West Palm Beach, Florida. Please keep an eye out for my son, Ismail. He's down there for some crazy rolling something concert for 3 days. Hopefully he doesn't get arrested. Humayun's watching from California. We have Waft Tour in Nairobi, Kenya. We have Abel in Richmond, Virginia. Money Singh, quit asking the same question over and over. That's not how we do things around here. You get to post it once. Yeah, Mrs. Cameron rightly says, stop. That's right. We don't need that. If you want to know, oh, God, he's doing it again. All right. Money Sings, get in the boot. Give him the boot, Huli. All right. CA says, don't spam. That's right. All right. If you want to come on the show, click on the link. We already are up to 100 people watching. We're already up to almost a full waiting room. I'm going to go first to Dancing Mike. Mike was dancing. Mike, how are you?
Hey, Jim. I'm doing great. Thanks for doing the show. I really appreciate it. Can you talk a little bit about the 60-day rule or the guideline that is looked down upon where you get married when you enter the U.S. on like a ESTA visa waiver program or a tourism visa?
Right. So that's a great question. Let's talk about it. So for most people in the world, if they want to come to the United States, they have to come on a visa, right? And so there's people who, as you mentioned, get to come on the visa waiver program. Now, people who come on the visa waiver program do not have the same protections built into their status as people who come on an actual visa. Most importantly, people who enter on visa waiver program or ESTA who violate the rules can be deported from the United States without actually seeing an immigration judge. So you always have to keep that in the back of your mind when it comes to the distinction between ESTA and visa holders. Now, if you enter the United States on ESTA or on a B1, B2 visit visa or an F1, any kind of visa, non-immigrant visa, if you get married in those first 60 days, then you are presumed to have had immigrant intent and that you made a misrepresentation when you either got your visa or when you entered the United States. So it's a very dumb idea to get married in the first 60 days after arrival. The State Department has rules that they sort of talk about the 90-day rule, but really the important thing is, especially for people seeking to adjust status inside the United States, is that 60-day rule. So if you get married on day 59, you're presumed to have an immigrant intent, you're presumed to have misrepresented yourself, and you're presumed to have gotten married for improper reasons. If you get married on day 61, then all those presumptions do not occur, and your case is held to a regular standard. Now, that being said, just because there's a difference between filing on the 61st day versus filing on the 59th day doesn't mean that it's a good idea to get married on the 61st day. This is especially true if you've entered the United States on ESTA and married someone that you didn't know before you came to the United States, right? So if you enter and then quickly get married on day 61 to someone you just met in those preceding 60 days, bad idea. But that cuts both ways, because if you did know the person, then that makes it more likely that you came on ESTA to get married. And even though it's after the 61 days, they can still think that you did something improper by entering. So it's definitely a lot safer to do it after 61, but I'm I'm here to say that sometimes you want to wait even longer than that.
Okay, and then following along with that, let's say a marriage happens on day 70. Just to confirm, that gives us about 20 days to marry, to file a petition for the alien relative. And is USCIS going to be suspicious if we don't have like a full wedding with lots of family present, or only family from one side of the relationship present? And do I need to wait to buy the engagement ring until after day 60?
Well, I mean, I can't talk exactly, especially on air, about how to like get around these rules, but I can talk hypothetically about what would happen. I think that we've had people get their medical exam before they get married, and in those 60 days before, you know, the medical exam that you have to get the green card, and they've used that against us. So I would say yes, generally it's better not to do anything until things have settled. Now, a couple of things. Let's say somebody enters on ESTA. They have 90 days to leave the United States. Many, many, many times people do not leave within 90 days, right? And let's say they wait 6 months and then they get married and then they apply for a green card based on marriage to a U.S. citizen. All that time out of status is forgiven, right? So it's not like necessarily that someone's going to come looking for the non-U.S. citizen spouse on day 91. In theory, they could come into contact with law enforcement, but at the end of the day, the United States isn't going to come looking, most likely going to come looking for them on the 91st day. So there's that. Now, in answer to your question, I think the real question is, what's the rush? Like, from when you're sitting across from the immigration officer at your interview and they ask, why'd you get married so quickly? You're going to have to answer that. And I think it's much more than dates or calendars or counting days. I think it's much more about, how do I show that this is a legit marriage and that it wasn't just for an immigration benefit? That's what I think you should be thinking about more.
So what if my girlfriend comes here on, for example, an ESTA, and then on the 90-day ESTA with the intent to leave, and then things change later down the line, maybe on day 60 or something like that? Would it be appropriate for her to overstay the ESTA with the, you know, so that we could maybe plan like a better wedding or something like that? Or would that?
It would be irresponsible for me to ever tell someone to purposely overstay their visa. But if they do, like I said, it's all forgiven. So if you can understand that distinction of what I'm saying, that's sort of the way that I think about it, right? So you're probably going to have a stronger case if they've been in the United States longer, but of course they're always, you know, one left turn away from coming into contact with law enforcement, and then, you know, who knows what happens. But that's all about I can say about that.
Okay, and then one last thing. This is something I'm looking at for maybe 3-4 months in the future. How soon is too soon to contact hacking immigration?
Oh, we would say, I mean, first of all, I would say wait till the person gets here. And then what I would say is, you know, after that, then to schedule a meeting with you and the ESTA holder and the lawyer, and we'll get you started.
Appreciate it.
No one's going to know. That's one thing that they can't ask about, actually, is when did you meet with the lawyer? That's confidential.
Awesome. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it.
See you, Mike. Have a good day. All right. Let's say hi to Sid. What do you say, Sid?
Yeah, Sid. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you doing?
All right. I'm calling from New York.
Nice. I love New York.
Thank you. So I have like quick questions. The first one about my travel document that I applied for back in December, and since then I've never received anything. Besides, like a letter says they collected my fingerprints, and since now, like until now, I haven't received anything. Is there
Is it
any steps that I should do?
is it advanced parole, a reentry permit, a travel document? What is it?
Travel documents. I have a granted asylum.
Yeah. So that doesn't surprise me. I mean, did you get fingerprinted on it, or did you get a notice that they weren't going to need your fingerprints?
Yeah, I received a letter at the beginning of January says that the USCIS have collected my fingerprint data from you know their whatever. I don't
Yeah.
need to do
So
no
here's what I'll
fingerprint.
say. Here's what I'll say about that.
Mhm.
USCIS has been getting pounded on, and rightly so, for the delays in work authorizations. They have prioritized work authorizations over travel documents, very much so. So
Uh,
I would say you're just waiting probably a couple more months and then you'll get it.
okay, so the second question is, I got granted back in September 2021, and it's like after 2 months right now, I should apply for my green card based
Sure.
on. So, is there like is any other state than New York should be quicker, or all files go to the same office regardless of the state?
Are you thinking about moving, or are you thinking about using a different address on your application?
I'm thinking about using different address on
Yeah.
my
Don't do
application.
that. Just use the address
Like
where you.
I'm moving to Ohio anyway, so.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't sat down lately and looked to see which service center they go to. But the fact is that once you file it, they'll move it to a different service center probably anyway. So I wouldn't let processing times of a green card based on asylum. I wouldn't let service center by service center being faster or slower impact where or when you move.
Okay. Thank you so much for your
Good luck,
advice.
Sid.
Thank
See you,
you.
buddy. Yep. Take
Take
care.
care.
All right. That was Sid. Hey, one of the reasons I wanted to do today's show in my office is because I've had this awesome card in my office. So this is Adora, and Adora is the daughter. I think she's like 2 months old. Yeah, 2 months old, of our clients Jeremy and Yee. Jeremy and Yee have been on the show many times. They were a couple who had an approved I-129F, and Yee was able to visit the United States, and Yee was sick of waiting for the embassy to process her application. And so we decided to get them married. They got married in the United States and filed for a green card based on marriage, and that case got approved. And Yee and Jeremy had beautiful Adora a couple months ago, and I think she's a trip. I think she's beautiful, and I love hearing about all of her stories. We're actually, Yee and Jeremy and I are all friends on Facebook, so I get to see everything that she's up to. And there's lots of great things about being an immigration lawyer, but helping couples stay together and start families together. And I know there's a lot of people watching this show who are separated from the person that they love, and that's why they're watching this show. So to all of you, I'm sorry, but I can't wait to one day put up pictures of you and your baby on the show. I think maybe, Huli, what do you think? This is something we should start doing more and more. If people start sending me pictures of their kids, I would love to show them on the show. Look at that beauty. Isn't she something? Isn't that great? All right. So thanks to Yee and Jeremy for sending that to me. That made my day. Let's say hi to, Lizette. Lizette's saying hi. Sorry, Lizette, I saw you in there earlier. Thanks for saying hi, and we're glad that we were your lawyers. We had much fun working on your case, and we're glad we are your lawyer. So thanks for the good words. Always fun to hear from happy clients on Friday. And speaking of clients and not happy clients, I have a story to tell you. So somebody contacted our office, and they decided to hire us to sue the State Department for their long delayed spouse visa case. And they even hired us to do the underlying spouse visa case with the State Department. In other words, They hired us for not one case, but two. They hired us to sue them and to take over at the NBC. They paid us $3,500 for taking over the case and $4,500 for the lawsuit. This person thought that meant that they could treat my team members like shit. Well, guess what? Guess what? We fired that client. We fired that client, and here's why we fired him. They called the office and yelled at our intake and communication team, the team that Juli's in charge of. They yelled at one of our team members, and they kept emailing my awesome paralegal, one of the paralegals in Pod L, the lawsuit paralegals. Her name is Josie Josefina, and he was sending her mean emails. And this was after waiting 5 months to actually hire us. This person got mad that we didn't get their lawsuit out the door in 4 days. 4 days. So after back and forth, and I told them that they needed to apologize, they didn't want to do that. So they asked for a refund, and I gave it to them because we ain't got no time for working with people that think that because they paid us money, they can treat my team members like crap. And I'll tell you, there's a surprising number of people who think they'll be really nice to the lawyer, but mean to the staff. Well, here's what I want to tell you. In America and in my life, watching my father for 50 years of my life, my father always treated everyone with respect. And in fact, the people at the lower level of the economic strata, that's who my father treated the best. My dad became friends with waiters, with people at the gas station. My dad hired people. He would see someone that was really good doing a job that most people wouldn't want to do, and he would hire them for a much higher paying job. I learned how to treat people correctly from my father, and I'm not about to allow people to be mean to our team members. Life's too short, and one of the great benefits of having 800 or 900 clients is if you have to give someone a refund and part ways with someone because they're being abusive, you have the power to do it because you don't need that dirty money. And that's why he gave them back all their money. And that's what we're going to do if anybody tries to abuse us. And now he's back to waiting for his spouse to come to the United States. All right. Let's say hi to one of our all-time favorites, Ms. Fatuma. Fatuma, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not used to seeing you all in white.
Yeah, today the weather it changed. It's kind of cool here. So that's why I wear the hoodie.
How's everything going?
Good. So yesterday I received the NVC welcome letter.
Nice. Love it. This is like everyone's getting to go on Fatuma's immigrant ride with us. Whenever anything happens, we're her lawyers for this second stage. Fatuma who sponsored you? Your parents or your sibling?
No, my parent, my mom.
Yeah. So your case was filed like what, 8 or 9 years ago?
It was on October 1st, 2016. I think close to 7 years now.
7 years. Yeah. So Fatuma hired us once her visa number became current. And it's great because now whenever there's a new development in Fatuma's case, she comes on the show and tells us about it. Okay. So you got the welcome letter from NVC?
Yeah. And there's a time I called NVC and I give them my email so that they send me any updates regarding my case. Yeah. So my parents moved the apartment they have been living. So they changed the address. They didn't get any information from the NVC. Luckily, I get mine. Yeah. But my brother, he didn't receive, and we have the same priority date.
It'll come in a day or two. Does he have does he have an electronic or an email address associated with his too?
Yes, he has email. He checked it, but he didn't get any welcome letter.
It'll just be a day or two.
And mine I shared through Jasmine, and I told her everything. She told me that probably he wait 2 to 3 days. He will get it.
I think next week.
Okay, then the instruction I read there is a included police clearance certificate.
Yeah, don't do that yet.
Oh, it's not now.
Not yet. Wait for the lawyer to tell you to do that. Who's your lawyer? Is it Katerina?
No, I have seen from the intake it is Blue Man.
Oh, Andrew. Okay, good. Well, Andrew's in charge.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, he's been doing those forever. He'll take good care of you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's why I've been calling, because since I have seen my brother, I didn't get any welcome letter. So that's why I called
Just
you.
a couple days. Thanks, Fatuma.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, see you.
Jamal
Bye.
Mubarak. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. See ya. Ramadan Mubarak indeed. All right, let's say hi to She. Hi, She. You're on mute, She. There you go.
Hi, Jim.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, see ya.
Jamal
Bye.
Mubarak.
Oh, She, you got to turn down the volume on your thing. So you're like in the StreamYard and you're on YouTube. So you got to turn off the YouTube.
Hi, Jim. Okay, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So, is it okay now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, all right, thank you. So, thank you for having me in your show. I'm good. So my question is regards about I-730. Okay, all right, thank you. So thank you. I did apply for my 2 kids who are in Africa, and I'm asking if my I-730 will be approved and then refund to NVC, and then when the process is done and everything will be on set for them to come here and join me, is it okay for me to pick them from another country? Because I am an Asylee, I cannot go to my home country.
How old are they?
One is 13, girl, and the boy is 6.
And are the I-730s, those are still pending with USCIS? When did you file them?
May this year.
And the question is, when the time comes and their visas are and they're ready for their interview, can you not have someone else take them to the visa interview?
Yes, I can have someone take them to the interview, but I'm asking if I can pick them from another country, like closer to Africa.
Sure.
Yes. Oh, that's fine. Take them to the interview.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All
right. Bye, She.
Bye, Jim. Thanks so much for having me. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Thanks. Oh, what a nice lady she was. See what I did there? Ha, ha, ha. All right. Let's say hi to Ahmed. Hi, Ahmed.
Hey, Mr. Jim. How you doing, man?
Great. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Of course.
So I like the video you talked about the waiting the harder time.
Waiting for what?
The waiting is the harder.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
The waiting is the hardest part.
Waiting is the hardest part. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So what you're talking about, that's exactly what I'm going through right now. So I did my I-130 for spouse and approved after 5 months. Then was approved for wrong thing for adjustment studies. Then I did another I-24 and pay the fees again. Now I have to wait, I don't know for how long. I know it's going to take a while. So I'm so confused right now. So do I have just wait for I-24 to be approved or do another I-130? Or what do you think I should do?
So are you the U.S. citizen or are you the foreign national?
Yes, sir. I'm U.S. citizen.
And who are you trying to sponsor?
My wife, she's overseas.
And when did you file the I-130?
I did last November. Then they approved it on when they approved it on April 15th, but was approved for adjustment studies. So
why?
I don't know why they did it. Actually, in my application, I did visa abroad, and I got it in front of me right now. I don't know if you can see it here.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, but I don't know why they approved me for adjustment studies. I think I made one mistake in when they asked for the adjustment study. I put the state North Carolina in C. I think that's why I made.
Did you file on paper or did you file online?
Electronic, yeah, online.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. So, what does the USCIS portal say when you put in your case number?
Now they say the case is approved and closed. And when I call NVC, when I sent the email to the MVC, he told me we didn't receive it. We're not going to receive it because you applied for adjustment study. Then I did the application I-824.
Yeah. When did you file
And
that?
it's been like 37 days right now.
Oh,
They,
so you just gotta
they
wait.
said,
Yeah. You
yeah,
just
they
gotta wait
said
a little
case
bit.
was received.
You just gotta wait a little bit. It'll take a couple months for that to get approved. I think probably 6 months, sadly. So that really sucks that because of that one little box.
I wish it takes only 6 months because they said estimated time is 18 months.
Yeah, but your case is one where it's sort of obvious what the mistake was. What was the filing fee for the I-24?
I'm sorry,
Was there a
what's the
fine?
question again?
Is there a filing fee for the I-24?
Yeah, I did I-120. No, I did I-130, then I-24.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I think you're just waiting.
Just wait, I don't have to do another I-130.
No, don't do another I-130.
Yeah, I don't think so because I'm not trying to make the case more complicated.
Right.
Another I-130.
Yeah. You just gotta wait.
And because I call them, they say, I ask them if I can expedite my case. They say only if you got emergency situation.
Yeah, but everybody's telling them they have an emergency. Everyone's telling them they have an emergency right now.
Right. So what you think? Just wait.
Yep.
Hopefully it won't take that long.
I hope not.
Yeah, I took off today and yesterday just to talk to you to ask you a question because I called your office, but they said you can't do it on the phone. So I got.
Yeah, this is it. This is all that I do as far as talking to people on the phone. Good luck, Ahmed. Keep us posted, okay?
One more question, please. You think do I need an attorney for that?
I would say give it 6 months and then figure out if you need an attorney.
Give it 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, Ahmed. Yep. See ya. So that's one of the things about doing it yourself is sometimes you click one wrong box and it sends your case off into the totally wrong direction. Unfortunately for Ahmed, that seems to be what happened. Let's say hi to Humayun. Hi, Humayun.
Hey, how are you, Jim?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for taking me here. So
Sure,
I
what's
have
up?
2 questions. One question is for my friend. She is Filipino, and I called in your office regarding to her question, right? Then I have been told that you have to go to this chat room and chat to you. So I start following you. Thank you very much. You're doing wonderful job, man. I heard everything. Like I saw all the videos. That's wonderful because, being an immigrant, we need somebody like positive person and kind person like you here, right?
Awesome.
So thank you for that. So my question is, thank you, man. My question is, she's Filipino and she's divorced back in her country, right? So she want to sponsor her husband here, her ex-husband, because she is living with her kids here and he wants to come here too. He want to live somewhere else. But is that possible that she can sponsor her ex-husband somehow?
No.
No. Like, no way. There's no law like that.
No.
Okay, but she can apply for his visitor's visa, like by sending him some kind of visiting letter or something.
That's all BS. If the idea of sending a visit letter or an invitation letter, that just never works. I don't know why people say that works. I don't know why people do that. The only question on a visit visa is whether or not they think you're going to come back home. If I go to the embassy in Manila and say I want to go to the United States, I want to see my ex-wife and my kids, they're going to say,
Yeah.
screw you. We're not letting you go because you're just going to go and stay with your kids.
Yeah, that's true. This is what they want, actually. All right. Oh, it's sad, but you can't do anything. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. You're doing wonderful job, man.
See you, buddy. Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
Thank
See
you,
buddy.
Thank you very much. Bye.
All right. Let's see if Ramroom's here. Ramroom, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. How are you, Jim?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Great. I have a question. It's a very complicated case for my husband. After 33 years, he finally got the judge order granting the cancellation of removal and also granting the suspension of deportation.
Great.
Okay, so when that happened, our attorney was baffled because he said that he shouldn't grant unless he had a green card ready for him. Is that the case?
Yeah. So there's a cap on before this, did your husband ever have a green card before?
No.
So it's 42B cancellation. So
Yeah.
there's a backlog. There's only 3,000 of those green cards available every year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, usually what they do is they hold it in reserve and they wait for the visa to become available, which usually takes about 2 or 3 years.
So, but he granted it.
Yeah. So, but did the green card come in the mail?
Well, that's what happened. We went for an info pass after about a month. And the guy at the window, he said, I can't give you the temporary one because we're waiting for a code from ICE, some kind of code. Yeah. And then he took everything. He took the pictures. He took we did the fingerprints, everything. And he told them there's no need to give you the temporary because you'll get your actual green card in the mail within a week.
Well, here's my question. When was the trial? When was the individual hearing?
It was March 16th of 2022.
Yeah, I think you're just waiting 2 years like everybody else. I think something might have got misclassified, but at the end of the day, there's not a visa available for him. There's people in line ahead of him. So I think you're just waiting as if maybe the judge did a favor by telling you that it's approved, but legally you don't get the green card until there's a visa available and there's a backlog.
I see. But even though he granted both cases right then and there?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we went for the info pass, the guy at the window said you should have it in the mail within a week.
Yeah, he was being nice and doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, so should we do another info pass? And
no, you just got to wait.
We got to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's say hi to Amin. Hi, Amin.
Hi, good afternoon, Jim. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Good, thanks. So thanks for having me. So I have two questions. So we submitted the adjustment of status, and we received the fingerprint scheduled, but like 2 days ago, we received a request for evidence, I think, for birth certificate, original certificate missing, like birth certificate missing. So it says that submit a translation and an original copy. And so we have, like, I think it was a stupid mistake that I did not attach the birth certificate, but rather I attached the English translation that is attested by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Afghanistan. So if I submit the original copy of it with the English translation attested by the Foreign Ministry of Affairs, is that good, or should I also attach additional documents such as national ID and all that references the numbers are referenced? Sorry?
I mean, I'm going to cut you off for a minute, okay?
Sure.
How many times have you and I spoken on this show?
Like 3-4 times.
I think 4 or 5 times. Here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to give you advice at each stage of the process, especially when you're screwing up your case.
Yeah.
You chose not to hire us. You chose to submit an application without a birth certificate. Like, that's just basic mistakes. Yeah. So I'm not gonna talk to you and help you through the mistakes that you're making after you chose not to hire me.
Yeah. Makes sense. So if we hire you to help us with the submission of that, is how much will be the charge for that?
The price I told you before, I'm only going to charge you that or more now, because now it's harder because you screwed it up. So somewhere between $5,000 and $6,500.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye, Amin. All right. Yep. Yeah, this show, I love to give out information to people. I love to help people figure out what they need to do. But what I'm not going to do is be their de facto YouTube lawyer as they fuck up their case, working through the system little by little. We have people do that from time to time, but I'm not playing that game. All right. I'd rather help people who want to do the right thing, do it right, do it correctly, do it once. Hi, Angel.
Hey, good afternoon, Jim. This is my first time on the show, and I've been following you for a while. It's really good to connect with you finally. You're doing great work.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.
So for me, I came here on a student visa, but at the same time, my family had an immigration file from my grandfather, who's a citizen.
Love it.
And then my family, my mom was the main applicant, and then my family moved here in 2019. But what happened was my name got removed from the file because I was over the 21 age, and they didn't do, my family didn't do anything about that. That's when I turned 21, so I was out of that file. And my mom had to do another new file for me when she came here. That was in 2019.
How old were you in 2019?
I was 25.
Okay, yeah. So you aged out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So mom gets her green card, and then mom files an I-130 for you as her unmarried, overage daughter of a LPR.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Now I'm on H-1B visa, and that file is still not current. Like, it might take, I don't know, it's not moving fast, so it might take a few more years before I get my green card now.
Wait, now you're on an H-1B, is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, and you're waiting for your visa number to become current based on the I-130 that your mom filed?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's like 6 or 7 years.
Oh, it's going to take that long?
Well, do you know the priority date?
It's March 2019.
Have you checked the visa bulletin lately?
Right now it's January 16 or 17, I believe.
And what are you, 2019 or
Mm-hmm.
2020? Yeah, oh, so you're like 3 years out. Okay, and you're on an H-1B. You're doing everything right, Angel. You're doing great.
But my employer's like charging me extra to file another green card file. Should I just go wait for an employment-based visa, or should I wait for this file?
Well, I'm a little worried about the word you just used. You just said, my employer is charging me to file an employment-based green card.
Correct. Yeah. So like, if they're gonna charge, like, I have to pay like $3,000-4,000 to get my green card application in process, and I don't know if I should just wait.
So that, depending on how they frame that, Angel, that might be illegal.
Oh.
So I would suggest that you email me and tell me the details, exactly what they're saying, because there's lots of rules when it comes to who can pay what, like who can pay for the I-140, who can pay for the 485, who can pay the lawyers. I don't want you to get in any trouble. And it sounds a little shady when the employer's talking about charging you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because they can't mess with my wage on H-1B. So they said it might be an additional cost to you. I don't know if I should just change my employer, or at this stage, I'm kind of in a pickle.
Yeah, but listen. What's your field?
I'm in IT.
Okay, Sister Angel, you're in IT. You've already counted against the cap. You are the most valuable person on earth. Screw those guys and go find someone who's going to love on you as an employer the way that they should, right? So once you've counted against the cap, you're the most valuable employee that there is, other than someone who already has and doesn't need a green card sponsorship. So I would start shopping myself around and say, how long have you had your H-1B?
About 1.5 years.
Yeah, so you have a year and a half left on this H-1B. You find if you're good at what you do, and in fact, I have a friend who has a staffing company here in St. Louis. I'd be happy to connect you. But you have you have all the leverage. The employer has no leverage, right? Screw that employer who's trying to mess with you and mess with your employment-based green card. You can find someone who will appreciate you for being awesome, who will transfer your H-1B because they know that they don't have to go through the lottery, and who's willing to sponsor you for a green card, right?
Wow.
You have all the power. You have all the power.
That just made my day, Jim.
Awesome. I'm happy, Angel. Yeah, so shoot me an email. But I would say plans are get out of that place and find a legit employer.
Okay.
All right.
And maybe wait for my family-based immigration file, or just...
Yeah, I mean, you could be on H-1B for another 4.5 years and you'll have your green card by then. So why spend that money?
Oh, okay.
I mean, generally I'm on board with trying to get more, if you have an employer and a family way of getting a green card, I'd say do both. But, there's somebody's going to pay that cost for the employer-based one. So why not save the money if you can get it yourself?
Oh, okay.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Angel.
much, Jim.
Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, bye. Oh, that was my favorite call in a really long time. That just made my day. What a great smile she had. What a nice person she had. What a great use of the immigration system. She's done everything right. Her family sponsored her. She got an H-1B. She's totally in status. She's in the driver's seat. And now we just got to find her a good employer who's going to take care of her until mom's green card application becomes current. That's all Angel needs. She's living large, as they say. All right. Let's say hi to Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm back in the States.
Oh, how did it go?
It went well. But as far as in the embassy, I did go.
You did?
I did go the day before I left, and they didn't let me in.
Yeah, I didn't think they would.
But the new ambassador was also coming, being sworn in too during that time. So maybe that could have been it. But she
Kenya?
did the what?
Kenya? What country was this? I don't remember. Was it
Ghana.
Kenya?
Ghana. So they do have a new ambassador now. She did do a town hall meeting to the U.S. citizens, just basically letting us know what she's going to be doing, what's going to be the priority and all of that. So my question is, we could ask questions, but we had to put it in a little chat. But so everybody's questions didn't get addressed, of course.
Right.
So I just got an MVC question really quick.
Sure.
Okay. So with us, in our case, I had submitted everything. So the MVC had approved everything except for 2 items. One of them was missing, which was the 864 form from me. And then my co-sponsor, which is my father, one of the 2021 W-2s was missing, and it wasn't. I made sure I carefully uploaded everything. And so I resubmitted it, and we haven't heard anything. And they didn't give me a reason why they rejected my 864 form. So when I tried to call, they said the lines were suspended or whatever. So you couldn't contact nobody, couldn't talk to nobody. So what was the reason
of the
rejection?
How do you know there's a problem with the I-864? How do you know that?
Because they rejected.
What does it mean they rejected? What did it say?
It just said rejected. Beside the 864 form, it just had rejected, and it didn't have like the reason. It just said, please submit the 864 form, and if you have a co-sponsor, make sure you put the correct form, or blah blah blah, like a generated message.
I mean, I think they're all a bunch of idiots, but sometimes there are mistakes, especially in the uploading process. So I think that whenever something happens with a refusal or a denial or a rejection of a document, I think we always have to step back and make sure that everything's right. Because a lot of times they'll say something's wrong, but they won't tell you what's actually wrong. Right. So we see, especially with I-864s, where they they just push back and say no, but they don't tell you what the real problem is. So I would suggest going over the I-864 for you and your father and the evidence very, very carefully. Make sure it all uploaded properly, and then see if there's something that you could do to fix it. I hate to say it, but I bet there's probably a mistake in there.
Well, I looked, I double checked, and they accepted his form, but my form, they didn't. They rejected. And I went back over the form, looked, make sure I signed everything, make sure every field was filled in correctly. I resubmitted.
Well, the good news for Jim is that I haven't had to fill out an I-864 for a really long time, right? That's one of the joys of owning your own law firm, is you don't have to fill out I-864s. I bet something's wrong with it. If you want to send it over to me, I could just, I mean, I don't usually do this, but I'd be happy to, just for you, have my team look it over real quick and let me know if they see anything. Because I wouldn't actually know how to do it. I wouldn't know, like, you know how there's that whole thing where you count up how many people there are? Like, I always screw that up. So I just ask them. So if you want to email it to me, I'll take a look at it.
I don't have the email.
You don't have my email? Yeah, just send it to info@hackinglawpractice.com. Say, my name is Leslie. I was on the show. Jim wants to see my I-864. They'll get it to me.
Okay. So do you know any change with the West African embassies? It's still a 2-year wait?
Well, I think it's good. I think it's good that she's having town hall meetings. I think it's good that there's a new consulate officer. I would be a little bit hopeful. I mean, that's one of the problems, is that the Trump people gutted the State Department, and now things are starting to, I mean, say what you want about Joe Biden, but he is sort of high on diplomacy, and I think that they're slowly building out. So I'd be sort of happy that there was someone who was at least willing to even talk to U.S. citizens, even if it's virtual, even if it's not answering every single question.
That's what I said. I said the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I said the same exact thing because the other ambassador didn't do that. And so for her to take the time out and do that, I think that's awesome.
It's a step in the right direction. Now finish my case. All right, thanks, Leslie.
I will send the email. I will send it. Thank you.
All right, I'll get back to you. It'll probably be next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, see ya. Okay, bye. Oh, we're having fun today. This has really been a fun call. Hooli, can you do me a favor and make sure that Maho and the team know about that call with Angel? I think that was one of my favorite calls on the show, so let's do something with that. I think we can talk about what a rock star Angel is. Let's say hi to Ahmed. Ahmed, are you with us? Oh, he appears.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for everything you are doing, and congratulations on your 50K. That's great.
That was fun.
Yes, I have some very basic thing. I've been following this for some while, and I know you say that the online status, that doesn't mean anything. And usually an I-130 takes like around 12 to 14 months for an approval. Is that for a citizen or a U.S. green card holder?
Is it overseas or in the United States?
It's overseas.
Yeah, I think it's about a year for U.S. citizens and a little bit longer for green card holders, a couple months longer.
Okay, so the reason I'm asking, I'm following couple of Facebook pages, and it really shows 2 years for a green card, for one I-130 only. And then I'm from Pakistan, and that embassy for green cards, they are not doing any interviews since 2019. The guys having priority date of 2019, so they are really not moving along.
For LPRs or citizen spouses?
For LPRs. For citizens, they are on 2020 actually.
I don't think that's true. We've been getting approvals in Islamabad, and we've been getting interview notices faster than that.
Okay, so the interviews, the DQs done in 2020, it's really taking 18 to 19 months for an interview after DQ.
I don't know. That's not what we're seeing, but I could check with the team and ask. I mean, here's the problem for me, Ahmed, is our firm is sitting on all kinds of data, and I really need to find some data people to help us pull that data out. We're working on it, but we're processing so many cases now that we're really given access to. Like, I think we could actually start doing our own processing times based on embassy and service centers, but I just haven't had we have so many other things working on people's cases. We haven't had the chance to actually mine all that data, but that all sounds too slow to me.
That's what I've been following. But anyways, if you say so, but this is what I've been following. The reason what I'm asked all these questions is, I know it's just been 6 months. I'm waiting for an I-130. I know I'm on the very initial stage.
Yeah.
My concern was, if I want to hire you guys right now in this stage, is it okay?
Yeah, there's really no reason to, but I would say that if you hit that 1 year mark, maybe let's talk then. But I mean, if you feel like you filed it all right, unless you get an RFE, I don't think there's a reason to hire us yet. We're happy to do it, but I don't think you need to yet. And I think we'll be able to charge you less and have greater clarity if the I-130 gets approved without us, if that makes sense.
Okay. And in worst case scenario, if I have to go for this lawsuit, you always talk about your favorite thing.
Yeah.
Is it being a green card? I should wait for 14 months. Let's see if I don't hear anything.
It depends. Where do you live?
In Pennsylvania, Delaware.
Which one, Pennsylvania or Delaware?
So I work in Pennsylvania, but live in Delaware, literally at the border, 3 miles.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
My own interview was in Philadelphia office. I will say.
Okay.
That.
Yeah, one of my good friends, I had that naturalization interview up in the Philly office. His wife works in Delaware, but they live in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I would say 14 months is about right. Hopefully you won't need to, but I would say that if we filed a lawsuit for a green card holder filing an I-130, the one thing that USCIS doesn't really fight us on is when it's an I-130 away case that is still at USCIS. They haven't fought us at all on those. Like they just because they know there's not an interview, they know it's quick, and they know that it still goes to the State Department. So those have gone really well.
And that would be just for I-130, right? And
just for the I-130. Yeah. In the old days, I'd sue them and say, not only do you bastards need to approve the I-130, you need to get it over to the NVC and to the embassy, but the judges won't let me do that anymore.
Right. And is there anything we can do? Because I know many people in the same board from same embassy, and I know from 2019 priority date green card holders, and I've seen a couple of people on your show also from Pakistan stating the same thing.
Yeah.
So is there anything we can do combined?
No, I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
I've tried that 3 different times to do class actions. Every time I've tried to do a class action, I've lost, and it hasn't moved my clients' cases. That's why I do them one at a time.
Okay, so you are saying right now I should just wait, and if after 1 year, if I get an approval or I want to go for lawsuit, then I can hire you. Right now I should just wait, right?
Yeah, you're only at 6 months, brother.
Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you, Jay.
See you, buddy. All right, cool. All right, you got it. All right. What a day we're having today. It's Friday. We're having fun with all of our callers. Some people have been waiting for a really long time. I'm going to say hi to JC. What do you say, JC?
Yeah, Jim, how are you, sir?
Good. You're not driving, are you?
No, I'm not driving. No, I'm not driving.
Okay, good. What's up?
Yeah, I've been waiting a long time, but I appreciate that because you are the best. You are patient with people, and you listen to people. That's awesome, sir. I do have 2 questions. I did file my PD in March of this year, it is out of Chicago, and I'm still waiting. I want to know, since the judge cancel the PD, but my PD was on file before the decisions. So did the order of the judge gonna affect me?
What are you talking about? You filed for prosecutorial discretion before what happened?
Before the judge dismissed the prosecutorial discretion. I'm thinking that they did stop and issuing PDs.
No, they're giving out PDs left and right. Andrew was just in court on WebEx in California, and they were giving away PD like candy. Did your attorney talk to the government attorney before they filed the request for prosecutorial discretion?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
And what did the attorneys say?
They are saying just to wait, but I mean, it's been since March.
They don't say wait. I'm talking about, so when you're in immigration court, there's an immigration judge, right?
Yes.
and then there's a prosecutor, a DHS attorney who wants to kick you out of the country, right?
Yes.
And then there's your attorney, right?
Yes.
So when we would make prosecutorial discretion requests, we would reach out to the government attorney in Chicago and say, hey, we think JC deserves and needs prosecutorial discretion. Would you agree to that or would you oppose it? And right now, my understanding is they're agreeing to it over and over and over, unless there's some kind of fraud allegation, right? If there's a fraud allegation, I don't think they're agreeing to it. So my question to you is, did the prosecutor agree to it before your lawyer asked the judge?
We did not go to court, so it was filed.
I'm talking about emailing the U.S. attorney or calling and calling the government attorney and saying, "Hey, what's the government's position on our motion for prosecutorial discretion? Do you want them to terminate or you want them to admin close?"
I wanted to terminate.
Okay, so you can adjust at USCIS or what? Why do you want to
Yes.
terminate? Yeah.
Because I want to adjust with USCIS.
Yeah. And do you have an approved I-130?
Yes, I do.
So number one, I would ask my attorney, hey, what did the government attorney say about this? And two, if they said the government attorney agreed to it, then I think you're just waiting for the judge. I've had judges in Chicago. I've had to file a PD request with the same judge 3 times to get it approved.
So in case and I reapply again on my own, is that something that is unadvisable?
Reapply for what on your own?
PD.
You can't file a meaningful PD application on your own, and you don't want to undermine your lawyer, and you don't want to confuse them with 2 competing PD applications. Only your lawyer should do that.
Okay. Understand that.
All right, JC.
Okay,
Good luck, brother.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir.
See you, buddy. All right, we got time for 1 or 2 more. Let's say hi to Moyad. Hi, Moyad. You're on mute.
How you doing, Jim?
I'm great. It's Friday. I'm leaving for vacation tomorrow. Life is good.
Man, you do a great job.
Thanks. What can I help you with?
Okay, I have my first 2 years permanent resident in 2018, December 20. Okay.
Got it.
I applied for the I-751 in September 25, 2020. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
With a lawyer.
Yeah.
After like 6 months, I have interview, but the lawyer he has to travel overseas and he rescheduled the interview. So they canceled the interview and they reschedule it again. Okay, after 1 month.
So wait a minute.
Okay.
So you got a notice for a 751 interview 6 months after you filed the 751?
Yes.
That's crazy. Okay. And
Yeah.
then the lawyer reschedules it, and then they reschedule it 1 month later?
Yeah.
Wow. Which field office is this?
Kansas, Missouri. But we send the package in Texas Service Center.
Yeah. But your interview will be in Kansas City. Okay, so did you have the interview?
Yeah, I go to the interview and they separated us.
I bet they did. There's something in the file they don't like, Moyad. There's somebody called and said bad things about you, I think. But go ahead.
Yeah, and they separated us. The officer, he asked me too many questions. The lawyer, he been with me in the interview. Okay, he asked me too many questions, which is I answered it fine. I answered the truth to him.
How long were you in there? How long were you in there?
In the interview?
Yeah.
Around 45 minutes.
And then how about your spouse? How long were they in there?
10 minutes.
Okay.
She's the U.S. citizen. He just asked her like 10 questions.
Were they doing questions like what color is the carpet or what'd you have for dinner last night? Stuff like that?
No, he asked me how many bedroom, how you got the interview. Did your wife, she has tattoos?
Oh, what happened to Moyad? Oh, okay,
yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. How you come here? What your wife do? He asked me for her social security number. I told to him, I don't know. It's a personal stuff.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
How did you come to the United States? How did you first come?
Visitor visa.
And when you married your spouse, were you out of status or had you overstayed?
No, out of the status.
By how long?
Like 2 years.
What country are you from?
Palestine, Gaza.
And what is the ethnic background of your spouse?
Oh yeah, my spouse, she's married one time before.
Yeah.
Okay, been married for 13 years.
Okay, but is
And
she Arab? Is she white?
No,
is she black?
She's U.S. citizen.
Right, but is she white or Arab or black or what?
She's white.
Okay, and how did you guys meet? Don't tell me at the grocery store or the gas station.
No. She my uncle, he has a big shop in mechanic shop, and she worked with my uncle partner, and we meet at the shop.
Okay.
We married after like 1 year.
Okay.
From we meet, but
and everything's okay. Everything's okay
with you, Jim. Before I have married to the lady, and she lied to me, and I have too many issues with her. I don't do anything with her, but her boyfriend, he come to is what?
Wait a minute. Hold on. So you're saying you were married back in Palestine, or are you married to someone in the United States?
Here.
Okay. So when you got your visit visa to the United States, you told them you were single.
Yeah.
And you were single.
Mm-hmm. And I'm single. Yeah.
You came to the United States and you married a crazy lady.
Yeah.
But you never filed. You never filed for an I-130.
No.
Based on that marriage.
No.
How long were you married to that person?
How long? Like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you never filed anything.
No. I don't file any benefits. I don't file anything with her. And we got divorced after like 1.5 years. I met this lady and we married. But she's older than me.
Mm-hmm. Like how much?
20 years. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I've been to the interview and he asked her like 10 questions and like 10 minutes. And we get out. From the interview, it was in May 11, 2021. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Until now, there is no decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And my lawyer, he advised me to apply for the citizen.
Oh, I wouldn't apply for citizenship. No.
Yeah, I apply already. He advised me to apply for the citizen.
Yeah.
I applied for the citizen in December 10, 2021.
Okay.
Until now, there is no update. The case stuck interview was scheduled. 2 months ago, Mr. Jim, I been in Houston. My uncle, he going overseas, and I going there to handling his business just when he come from the vacation. He going back home. When I'm there, somebody who called me. I think it's a scam. And he told me, no, I'm officer. That's
Jones. I'm Officer Jones.
That I'm Officer Jim, and that's my name, my badge number. Where you at? Are you out of town? I told him, no, I'm in Houston. I handling my uncle business. He got overseas. If you need anything necessary from me, I can book a ticket and come right away. If you need something else from my wife, I think you have her phone number in the file.
Was he at your house or was he at immigration?
I don't know.
Okay.
He just called me from a Missouri number, like a regular number. He asked a big question: did your wife? She's employer. Where she work? When your uncle he gonna come back?
Okay. So this is a very interesting story.
Yeah.
And I will say this: in the last 3 years, I don't know anybody who's had an interview on their 751 within 6 or 7 months of filing. Okay, so is that the last thing that happened? Was you talking to that officer?
Yeah, and I called my lawyer. He told me, don't call him back. If don't do anything. That's the last thing. The lawyer in this time, Mr. Jim, he did inquiries. First inquiry, they answer us. He asked for an approval notice, which is we don't receive, and the response to him we have to wait. The second inquiry, they said to him. He has to wait 60 days for decisions, and it's not guaranteed. Third inquiry, they said we do background check with the third inquiry he did. In this time, my citizenship, I was it was a processing.
So if I came and knocked on your door last night at 5 a.m, would I have found you and your wife in the same bed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that they're going to sit on your 751. I think they're suspicious of you and of the marriage. I think they're going to keep sitting on it in the hopes that you get divorced. I think that I can get you a decision on the 751. I don't know what it'll be, but I think I can get you a decision on the 751, which will then open you up for citizenship. I can get you a decision in about 2 or 3 months. I think if I sued them, I think they'd come knocking on your door. So don't be in Houston or anywhere else. And, that's too bad. That's too bad that you were out of town when they did you fly to Houston or drive to Houston?
No, fly, and I have the ticket.
Yeah, I just wonder if they were monitoring your flights to see when you were out of town to come.
I have a ticket and I have a picture in the Facebook when I'm in Houston.
Oh, I believe you. I don't think anyone's disputing that you were in Houston. I think the bigger question is whether or not you live in Houston and you're not really married. That's what I think they're gonna.
No, he asked me for my address, which is I give it to him when he called me at the phone. But Jim, my friend, his same situation. He applied for the I-751 and he got the green card, the 10 years green card in 9 months with no interview.
Is his spouse 20 years older than him?
Yes.
Well, Moyad, here's the deal. I can get you a decision. I can get you a decision in 2 or 3 months. I have no doubt about that. I just don't know if it'll be an approval or a denial.
So I'm going to receive a decision from now to 3 months.
If we sue them, yeah.
If we sue them, okay. And my case with the other lawyer. So how I can release it? Or
no, you just keep it with them. I don't need to be your lawyer in the underlying. I don't need to be your interview. I don't need to be that lawyer. I'm just a lawsuit lawyer. You keep that lawyer. I just sue them to get a decision.
You can do that.
Yeah.
But what could be the decision?
So here's what's going to happen. If I sue them, I think that there's a good chance that about a month from now, they're going to come knocking on your door at 5 a.m. to see if you're there with your spouse. If so, and if everything looks legit, then they'll approve the case. If somebody's told them that you're a fake, that the marriage is fake, that she has a real boyfriend, that you only married her to get a green card, and if they can prove that, then they're going to deny the 751. That's what I mean. I don't know what they're going to do. I just know I can get you a decision.
Okay. How much it cost?
Yeah, so it's $402 filing fee. My fee is $4,600, so it's $5,002. $5,002.
That's for the lawsuit.
That's the lawsuit. So if you pay up front, we take off $500. So then it would be $4,502. If you want to pay over time, you can pay $3,002 up front and then $500 a month for 4 months.
Okay. And what document you need?
All I need are the receipt notices. All I need is the receipt notice for the 751 and a copy of your green card. That's all I need.
That's it.
And maybe the interview results letter. But yeah, we'll put all that in the email. But have you called our office before? You have? You've called our
office, and she told me you're gonna be in the live. But you yesterday, and I waiting. And
well, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I can send you a contract right after we're done with this call, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Last question, Mr. In your opinion, what do you think in this situation? Because I'm tired, Jim. That's why I've been in the live. I'm tired to be waiting. My wife, she stand behind me. She just wait. She told me I need like a reason to fight them because there is no sense. She stand behind me. Jim.
Well, so that's great because when you ask me what do I think, to me in these situations, the most important thing is the U.S. citizen.
She told me I cannot do anything now. They doesn't give us a notice, a reason, anything. Okay. She needs something to fight, Jim. But I'm tired.
So if you believe, here's the question. If you believe that, let's just say for whatever reason we sue them and you're out of town again, or you're just not home that day, if they come and knock on the door and they say, lady, we think you married Moyad, he's paying you, we don't think this is a real marriage, you better withdraw this 751 or we're going to throw your ass in jail. If she'll stand up to them, then I think it'll get approved. If she folds and say, oh, you scared me. Moyad's not really my husband.
No, she like me. She tired too, Jim.
Okay.
But
Well,
it's been a long time.
It has been a
been
long time.
month.
I got you.
Okay.
All right, Moyad. Thanks, bud.
Thank you so much, man.
See you, brother. All right,
appreciate
take care. All right, bye-bye. That'll do it for today's show. We'll be back. Let's say hi to Hooli. Hooli, we'll be back. Thanks for your help. You're on mute. That's right.
I mute myself.
Have a great weekend. We'll see
You too.
Probably on Tuesday. I'll probably do a show by myself on Sunday maybe, but otherwise it'll be on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, 4 p.m. it will be.
Probably. I don't know. Well, I'm on vacation, so we'll see.
Okay, perfect.
All right, see ya.
I'll do it for you.
Have a great week. All right, cool.
Okay.
Later.
Bye.
Okay, bye.